Hello everyone and welcome to my unboxing and first look at this Samsung Powerstick Jet model VS9000. Now, like 99% of the products I show you on my channel, I've paid for them myself, and this cleaner is no exception. In fact, it was a bit of an impulse buy. I saw a Facebook ad. I don't know why I get inundated with adverts for vacuum cleaners on Facebook. They must know me. Anyway, I saw this and I've been thinking about getting one for a while, but something intrigued me because for a limited time, when you purchase this, you get a free Samsung Cleanstation worth £200. I didn't even know what a Samsung Cleanstation was. Well, it takes these, which are called dust bags. Here is a bagless, cordless vacuum cleaner, but takes bags. Well, this doesn't take bags. The Cleanstation takes bags. A bit of a bizarre concept, but let's go with it. This thing, this tower-shaped object, has a motor in it. It has a vacuum bag, and it's designed to suck all the dirt out of the Samsung that you've picked up around your home. A strange concept, but one I was quite intrigued by, so I bought this. I got this free, and because I purchased some extra bags, I think I got another 15% off. So still a considered purchase. We're into Dyson money here, but I thought I just can't wait to see what this Cleanstation is all about. I'm more excited by this than the vacuum. Anyway, without any further ado, let's unbox the vacuum cleaner. I've had a sneak peek at some of the parts you get in this box, but not a proper look, and I've certainly not switched the machine on. So let's have a look, because there is quite a lot to look at in this video. Well, first of all, we have here some disposable wet cloths, and they're used with the floor cleaning attachment, the floor polishing attachment that comes with this particular model. I believe you can buy it. If your model doesn't come with it, you can get it as an optional extra. So we've got a pack of, it looks like 10. I'm not sure if that's 10 pairs because obviously it takes 2 per use, and these are disposable wet cloths. But we also get some reusable microfiber type cloths. Of course, we get all the instructions, which I'll peruse later on. Okay, right, down to the vacuum itself, starting with one of the cleaning tools. And here we go. Very Dyson-esque, but I'd say bigger than a Dyson. And it seems to also have a Miele type fitting. But as you can see, it's a 2-in-1 tool. You've got an upholstery tool and a brush that comes out, and nice soft brushes, actually, very soft. So that's the first accessory you get with this cleaner. This accessory says push on it, enables you to angle the wand or the cleaner head. For example, if you want to clean the top of a cabinet, you can use this nozzle, or accessory rather than a nozzle. Now, what's this? This clearly forms part of the charging dock, and on this model you don't have to screw this to the wall. It's freestanding, which is ideal if you live somewhere where you can't screw things into the wall because it's not your property, or you just don't want to have your vacuum cleaner on the wall for everyone to see. Well, speaking of vacuums, we can take the cleaner out itself. This doesn't have the battery attached. It's a lot smaller than it looks in the videos and pictures I've seen online, and judging by the size of that bin, quite a small capacity, but it feels fairly comfortable to hold. A good thing about this model, no squeezing the trigger, no having to put your finger on the trigger all the time, because we have an on-off switch here and a plus and minus button to control the suction power, and I believe there will be a display on here when the battery obviously is fitted to the machine. So I'll put that to one side. So that's the lower part. Apart from here we have the mains cord that we have to connect to the charging stand. Obviously this is a UK version, so it's got the 3-pin plug, but if you're buying this overseas, this will come with the appropriate plug to fit your sockets. Here we have quite a hefty feeling. I think this is part of the charging stand rather than being the wand. Made of metal, pretty solid, and as you can see, this will also hold 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 accessories, unless one of them is to hold the vacuum. But obviously this is totally brand new to me. I'll have to see when it's all assembled where everything goes. Here's the wand. I was quite surprised when I took delivery of this how heavy this box was, but obviously it does contain a lot of things, not just the vacuum itself, a lot of additional tools, and of course the charging and storage stand. So here we have, there is definitely a quality feel about all these components, and this is a very good idea, something that possibly other manufacturers like Dyson could take note of. This wand is adjustable in height, so you can condense it for storage and adjust it to the most comfortable height for the user. So that's a good little feature you don't see often on cordless cleaners. Now I'm opening something, I'm not sure what this is. It's a hook of some description. Plus you get screws and raw plugs, so maybe that's a hook for hanging the machine on the wall, although I'm not sure why. When you can keep it on the charging stand, you might be able to do both. Another nozzle. This is the mini motorized tool. Again, it's got a good quality feel. It's a nice finish. This grey, and you've got some nice brushed accents here, brushed sort of aluminium accents. And here we have, this is the mini turbo or motorized, and there's no brushes on this. All this has got is blades, so ideal for pet hair, but because there are no brushes, hopefully it shouldn't get a lot of hair wrapped around these blades. And it's adjustable, different angles. I can't see a way of removing the brush roll easily, but again I'll check the instructions before I do my main demonstration video. Right, what else have we got? Well, here's the battery, and you can go on Samsung's website and buy spare batteries if you want. So obviously that battery will need fully charging before I can use the machine for the first time. Here we have, crikey, there is a lot of pieces in this box. Here we have a very decent crevice tool. These, as I said, these feel good. These feel like, you know, full-sized mains powered vacuum tools. They're not tiny. They've got a good diameter, so you should have good airflow. So that's your standard crevice tool, but I spot a button here. So it extends even further, ideal for inside your car, getting between those car seats. So there's the crevice tool, one of the most useful nozzles on a vacuum cleaner. Now here is the special hard floor head that takes either the disposable pads or the reusable microfiber pads. So this fits onto the end of the cleaner instead of the main carpet and hard floor nozzle. So it's got rotating discs here, a roller at the back and a little roller at the front. And again it's got this nice secure click fitting with the release button there. So that'll be interesting to see how this spinning sweeper works on hard floors. I'm not sure if it actually... No, this doesn't actually sweep and vacuum. So without checking the instructions first, looking at this nozzle, this is blocked off inside here. So when you've got it on this, you have a special selection on the machine itself for hard floor cleaning. So I'm assuming that turns off the suction motor, so you just have this running. So I'm assuming you'd have to vacuum your hard floor first before using this. It's not a 2-in-1, it's not for polishing and vacuuming at the same time because there's no suction inlet. Okay, here is the main nozzle, which can be used on carpets and hard floors. There's a little bit of packaging to remove, I'll do that off camera. So this one has fairly soft and very short nylon brushes. I'm not sure how effective they're going to be on pet hair. They're certainly not as stiff as the Dyson ones. You can take the brush roller out though, like that, for cleaning. And again, you've got full access to this nozzle. More access than you'd have on the Dyson because this has the motor hidden away here and the drive shaft is at the end, so you can actually see right into here to clean it out if you get a blockage or if you just want to give the see-through portion a bit of a wipe from time to time. So that's another plus point. Easy to remove brush roller. There we go. Turbo action brush. There's still more to come, folks. And the last thing, well, which is what has made this box so very, very heavy, is the base of the charging slash storage stand. It's good that it's a very good weighted base because you don't want it to topple over when you're putting your Samsung cleaner on it. This will need, of course, some assembly, which I'll show you in this video. It's ideal to stand on a hard floor as well as standing on a carpet because you've got these little rubber feet. So that is very, very heavy, very solid. It must have a metal weight in that to give it that sort of weight. Okay, well, that's everything out of the box. Let's take a closer look at the machine. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is assemble the charging stand, and incidentally, the hook supplied enables you to secure the charging stand to the wall. I'm not going to do it personally because I like to have the option of being able to move the charging stand around the home. If I don't want it in one place, I can move it easily, but once I've secured this hook to the wall, it means I'd have to remove the hook and then fill in the holes and paint over them. So it's there if you want it. I'm not going to use it. So first of all, we need to remove the screw from the packet that's actually very securely attached to the bottom of the stand. Make sure you've removed all the packaging, and I believe there is a little bit of protective packaging on the stand itself. A couple of bits of tape you need to take off. There we go. Now this is the front of the stand and this is the back. This is where you can charge the spare battery if you've got one. We take the wand or the tube, whatever you call it, part of the stand. Make sure it goes in the correct way. You'll notice a screw hole here, and there is a screw hole just here at the back. So, as I said, this is the front, so you want to make sure that the smooth side is at the front. You just push down, it doesn't click into place, and then you need to secure the supplied screw. Just hand tighten it to start with, and then with a small Phillips screwdriver tighten up the screw, and that's assembly almost complete. Now we need to attach the mains cable to the base of the charger. So if we just put the charger on its back, just here you'll see a socket. Insert the plug firmly into the socket, and either side you'll see there's a channel that you can direct the mains cable, so it depends what side you've got your socket outlet. So just put the mains cable in the channel of your choice, and you'll see at the end it takes a bit of resistance just to push it through, There we go. And now we're ready to plug the charging base in and we can start charging the battery. Next thing to do is to locate the charging cradle into the top of the stand. You do that by inserting it with the red button towards the back. So just pushes in and you should hear a click. And there you go. That's assembly fully completed. As with all cordless vacuum cleaners, it's important to fully charge the battery before you first use the machine, and Samsung claim that this battery should take around 3.5 hours to fully charge. Just on the side here there are 3 indicators, 3 blue lights. When you first start to charge, the first light will start to flash blue, and as the battery charges, the other lights will subsequently light up. When it's fully charged, all 3 lights will light and then go slightly dim. So I've got the charging base plugged in to the mains. I just have to slide the battery this way around into the charger, and as you can see, it's starting the charge. According to the instruction book, you can store 3 of the tools on the charging stand, which seems a bit odd because it looks like you can store 5 because there seems to be 5 places. Although these parts here that have got the push button release, you can't actually do anything with them. You can't actually store any of the tools on board. It's a bit odd. I'm not really sure what that's about. If I find out later, I'll tell you, but it's a bit of a mystery. You can easily store 3 of the tools, so we've got the flexible Crevice tool that stores on that side, and the 2-in-1 combination nozzle that clicks firmly to the other side, and the spinning sweeper, you can fit that to the back like that. While the battery's charging, I thought it would give us a good opportunity to have a look at this Samsung Powerstick Jet in a bit more detail. So the first thing that struck me when I opened it, it's much smaller than it appears online, far more compact and lightweight than I was expecting. Now that's no bad thing, but of course having a compact body means it has quite a small dustbin. Here is the max fill line, so you're going to need to empty this machine very often, after every use at least. It's got a comfortable handle with the buttons within easy reach. You've got the on-off switch, just one press and it stays on, one press and you turn it off. When you first turn the machine on, it starts in medium mode. If you want to increase or decrease, you need to press the plus or minus button. If you've got the wet spinning brush attached, it will automatically start in wet mode. Now, to empty this machine, it's a little bit dated in my opinion, the way you empty it. I'm normally used to having a button near the bottom and a flap that opens, but with this one you've got to remove the bin and the inner cyclone. You first press on this button here and the bin comes away, then twist the top and remove the entire inner cyclone and empty the dirt in the bin. Because this doesn't have any electrical connectors in the bin, you can rinse this out under running water if you want to from time to time, but make sure it's 100% dry before reassembly. So inside here we've got the shroud. If that gets covered in debris, you can use a damp cloth to wipe it. Again, make sure it's dry before reassembly, or you can use a dusting attachment on the 2-in-1 tool just to brush off any dust. Here's the first filter that requires washing. About once a month on average, you need to rinse that in clean water. You can submerge it in water, give it a good shake, leave it to dry, not in direct heat, for up to 24 hours, and then you can reassemble it. The final exhaust filter is located inside this grill here. You'll notice at the top a little unlocked padlock and an arrow. So twist the filter housing in the direction of the arrow and you can remove it from the cleaner, and this whole thing doesn't come apart. You clean it with this silver outer piece attached. Rinse that underwater, submerge it underwater if you want to, shake it, leave that to dry for 24 hours, and then you can reinsert it into the machine. Just have to line it up. It's all a little bit fiddly because it's all brand new. You can see the locked padlock. You just need to line it up and then turn it until the locked padlock symbol disappears. So that's fully assembled again. Next we need to reattach the bin. So of course we need to put the Cyclone and filter unit back inside the bin. And where the little silver button is, you need to line that up with the groove on the front of the bin like this, till it clicks into position. And then locate it with the little silver switch first into the recess just under the Samsung name. Locate it and then you push it down until it clicks into position. There's a handy little guide stuck here, printed on to the side of the bin should you get stuck. As the battery is fully charged, I can now insert it into the cleaner. It goes this way down with the electrical contacts this way. Just slide it into the machine until you hear a click, and now your cleaner is ready for use. If you want to release the battery, there's a little button here. Just press that and you can slide the battery out. So this is useful if you've got two batteries. You can easily slide one out, start charging it in the charging stand, and then of course slide the fully charged battery into place. As I said earlier, I'm not going to demonstrate this cleaner in this video because it's going to go on for far too long as it is, because I haven't even shown you the Cleanstation yet, but I can show you the machine operating, but you'll have to wait for another video until I put some dirt down and demonstrate its performance. So for example, I'll just show you the mini Motorized tool. So this is the configuration you can have it in, with the mini Motorized tool as a handheld for your upholstery and your stair carpets inside your car. I'll just switch it on. We'll have a look at the spinning, well, they're not brushes, the spinning rubber blades. It's a bit hard to get used to attaching the, normally I'm expecting the buttons to be at the front on the vacuum, but they're on the back on the Samsung. So you attach it at the back. You can pop on the turbo action brush like that. It feels good, it feels well made, it feels solid. Let's turn this on. Give it a quick push. Yep, feels okay. It's already picking up some dirt. There's some fine dust and a bit of dog hair in there. And finally, we'll see the spinning wet tool, the spinning sweeper. Now, you're not supposed to attach it directly to the machine, but you can. So I suppose if you've got hard floors on your stairs, if you've got wooden stairs or any other stair that isn't carpeted, I suppose you could use this attachment. Obviously we'd have either the wet pads or the microfiber pads attached. So I'll show you all this in use. It's going to take quite a bit of demonstrating, so that will be for another video. So that's it for this half. I'm now going to have a look at the Cleanstation, which is the thing that most intrigued me about this vacuum. Okay, well, here it is. It is quite large. It does have a carry handle at the back, so we can move it. So you don't have to put this next to the charging dock if you want to keep it all together. If you're lucky enough to have a utility room, I suppose this is the obvious place, but you don't have to have it. You can have it anywhere. You can have it next to your kitchen bin if you want to. It doesn't take up very much room. It's quite tall, but it's got a small footprint. It does have a filter here on the back, so the fine dust filter can be removed and shaken clean. You can't wash this. You can replace it about once a year. It does come out. It's a little bit stiff because it's new. It should remove from the housing, and then you can replace it. And as you can see, it says HEPA filtration, so not washable. And that shaking noise means it does have some carbon particles in here, which is supposed to help absorb any odours that come out of the machine. So that goes back in there and clips back into position. At the front of the Cleanstation, there's an indicator here that turns red when you need to change the dust bag. To access the dust bag, you can remove the front cover and then pull on this lever here to open the bag compartment door. Push down on that button and then pull the bag out where it says pull, and the bag should seal all the dirt inside, and then you just replace that with a new bag. Underneath the bag there is a pre-motor filter that's not washable, but you can take it out, tap it if it gets any dust on it, or use another vacuum cleaner. In fact, use your Samsung vacuum cleaner. If there's any dust on, you can use the combination tool to clean any dust off that. To replace a new bag, you slot it in here and then push it up until it clicks, close the bag door, and then finally close the front door. To access the top of the clean station, there's a push button here that reveals the aperture where you insert the bin from your Samsung Power Jet, and then you press the start button until it's sucked all the debris out of the bin. Press it again to stop, and then close the unit, ready for next time. To attach the mains cord, first carefully lay the clean station on its front on a soft surface to expose the underside of the appliance, and then you'll see here where the cord connects to the machine. It'll only go in one way, so you push the cord firmly into position, and then you'll see this area here that you need to guide the cord through in this S shape, and finally with a little bit of resistance push it through at the back, and then you can stand the clean station back up. Now, Samsung warn in the instructions not to put the device too near a wall, because obviously this is where the exhaust air exits the machine, so you don't want to obstruct or block the exhaust vent. Would have made more sense possibly to put it to the side, so you could put it up against a wall, but most walls will have a skirting board behind them, so you're not going to be able to put it completely flush against the wall. But just make sure you've left maybe a couple of inches gap between the wall and the back of the unit. Before we can use the Powerstick Jet with the clean station, we need to remove the bin and replace it with the bin you get supplied with the clean station. So first of all, we'll remove the bin, take out the inner Cyclone and filter, and insert it into the bin supplied with the clean station. There we go, that's in place. One good thing about this bin, it is larger than the bin supplied as standard. Just about see there the max fill line on the supplied bin compared to the max fill line on the bin that you use with the clean station, so that's a positive. Slightly larger capacity. Let's fit the bin back in the same way, I'm assuming. There we go. So yes, it adds to the weight slightly, but we have got a bigger bin. To use the clean station, you still have to remove the bin from the Powerstick Jet. So assuming that's a full bin, you open the lid of the clean station and insert the bin with the filter side up until it cleans out all the debris from inside, and then you switch the machine off. Then you remove the freshly emptied bin. You'll see that it's got a flap at the bottom that does need to be closed manually, and then you can put it back inside your Samsung. Well, that's about the end of the unboxing and first look at the Samsung Powerstick Jet VS9000 cordless vacuum cleaner with, of course, the very unusual clean station. Don't forget to subscribe, and then you'll be notified when I upload the full demonstration of this machine in use and of course the clean station in use. Subscribe and you'll be notified if you click the bell icon, and you'll see when that video is ready. In the meantime, if you have any comments or questions about this cleaner or the clean station, please comment below, and I'll see you all very soon for the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.